Welcome back to the Dr. J Vlog series. It's Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. On Tuesdays, we look at music and the arts. And I have a special treat I hope you'll find. Today we're going to be doing an analysis video of the second song on my new album. The album's entitled 62 Since 62. I mentioned this last week. And we're going to be looking at the music and the lyrics of the song Beauty, Truth, and Light. So, just to clarify, the album itself is a true collaboration between myself, the Dr. J Experience, and my son Caleb, also known as CX Violet. And the album contains 11 original songs that I wrote, lyrics and melodies, and I sing on 10 of the 11 songs. One's purely an instrumental. And on most songs, I'm playing acoustic guitar and piano. I do play drums. We added drums. So I play drums on about half of the songs and a tiny bit of lead guitar, not my specialty. And then CX Violet does everything else. So he can play about 30 different instruments. I'm not kidding. And including the ones that I play. But he mostly adds on the different songs all of the horns, the live horns that you'll hear on a few of the songs. That includes uh, the trumpet, the English horn. His specialty is euphonium. He plays that on a couple of songs, maybe a trombone, I forget. But he also plays bass guitar on any songs where we have a bass guitar. And he plays he also adds cello, and he adds all of the orchestral accompaniment and some additional percussion on various songs, including Beauty, Truth, and Light. He even adds some backing vocals on a couple of tracks as well. But most important, he's the recording, sound, and mixing engineer, and he's the producer through Lost Chair Productions. So he's sort of the George Martin of my album or behind the songs. Really couldn't have done it without him. And so 62 Since 62 is the name of the album, and it is a true 50-50 collaboration and partnership. I learned a lot from Caleb in doing the album, and I think he learned a bit from me as well in terms of my musical stylings and lyrics and so forth. And so he does a very different type of music typically for himself and the work that he does. But he was kind enough and flexible enough and brilliant enough to be able to enter into my world. And the songs that have emerged are, as I say, true collaborations, even though I wrote them. The final product that you hear is the result of the painstaking work and the long hours that we spent together. But we're thrilled with what we've come up with. Okay, so that said, let's get into the music, into the analysis of beauty, truth, and light. So I'm just going to go ahead and start here with a little bit of the song, and of course I'll include the link for the entire uninterrupted video in the description below. But let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Okay, so just right off the bat, just to be clear, what happened with this particular song is that, well, let me explain. There's maybe three ways I can oversimplify how of writing music. I mean, the basic format. So either sometimes you have a song that comes into your head, or a tune of some kind, or maybe just a series of chord progressions, whatever the case may be. And that sort of materializes in your brain. Um, and so you find something that you like or that resonates, and you just start building with that. Maybe start humming it, start strumming or playing on a piano, whatever your instrument, and you start creating just the music. But sometimes you might already have lyrics in your head or that you've written down or composed in some fashion. And you'll say, okay, I know that I really like these lyrics. So at some point, I'm going to try to put these words to music. By the way, that was kind of the way it worked with Elton John and Bernie Taupin, many of you know. So Bernie wrote the lyrics, and he would just hand them over to Elton, and then Elton would have to take those lyrics, and then he would imagine how to bring those to life through his music. And then sometimes you'll they sort of emerge together. And for me, that's kind of the rarest uh, instance. But that's actually exactly what happened in this case. So what you heard there in the opening is just the opening of the song, and I was just strumming the guitar, and there was this kind of simple guitar lick that I did in D major, and I was strumming between, or connecting it to C major seven, and then I alternated it between D major, C major seventh to D major to C major. Okay, and so that's what created the initial flow of the song. And I distinctly remember as I was doing that, the words, the first line came to me almost immediately as I was strumming that opening lick. And I was thinking to myself, or it kind of came out, who hasn't known deep in their bones? I'll get back to that in just a moment. But in any event, that's how it started. But let me just start again from the beginning. See if you can hear that opening lick, and then you'll see how CX Violet brings in the violin, the orchestral support uh, to layer it and enrich the song at the opening. So here we go again. Ready?
Hasn't no home deep in their bone. Moments of doubt, a crowd armed with stone.
Okay, so obviously the opening verse, as I mentioned a moment ago, and the idea was that. Well, obviously in the lyrics, so I was singing in my head, and I had to stretch out the word known, who hasn't known, right? So that I stretched that out to help create the melody for the lyric, and I wanted it to be sort of ethereal in its sound, and I wanted it to be soft and light, uh, coming down from the heavens, sort of imagery or whatever. Um, but what I actually already knew as I was writing the song was that it was going to be somehow it was going to be a song about the universe. Um, it was the last song that I wrote for the album, and it's a song that kind of reflects almost 60 years of lived experience and captures the essence of my philosophy of life, our place in the universe, and so on. So that's what you're already hearing, both in terms of the music and in terms of the lyrics. And what CX Violet has done, excuse me, especially in the opening, is added the violin and the percussion to give it to give it the feel that it has and to help create the mood that you see in the song. So I've already said with the opening line, hey, who hasn't known deep in their bones? And then this notion that, yeah, there are going to be people out there, there's going to be situations and contexts where you might feel like, huh, am I under attack? What's happening to me? What's going on in this world? And I'm trying to figure out how we navigate and negotiate our place in the universe, especially in situations and contexts where things might be a little bit crazy. Who knows? So let's go on and you'll see where it goes from there.
The fog lifts on cue, reveals the sun bright and blue, with weather hardened skin and a burning from within. A voice starts to rise, the tears flushed from our eyes. Stand up, we sing, the beauties flow, speak loud and
Okay, so obviously you get a sense of where I've gone with this, and the point being that even in our darkest moments, almost invariably, the sun shines through, and we have that sense of clarity. And in our moments of calm and in our moments of uh, what's the word I'm looking for? When we're in the moment, right? And we talk about mindfulness, that sort of thing. The idea is that there's no real wrong place that we can be. You know, I think John Lennon and all you need is love. There's nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be, kind of thing. So, but I do it. I express that in my way, in my imagery, shall we say. And most importantly, I do believe that there's a light within within everybody. Everybody has a light. Some shine more brightly than others. Some have virtually had their lights extinguished, or let them extinguish for whatever reasons. Um, but yes, if we're able to live by the light, we know that love will grow, and our universe and love itself expands, right? With beauty and truth that the light commands. Anyway, you can interpret that as you like. That was the imagery I was trying to go for. And then what's coming up now is the bridge, and you'll hear how again we conceive of that, and we talked about how we wanted the imagery, what we wanted to be in the bridge, and I wanted the song to pick up and have that sort of almost not sense of urgency, but I wanted to have that really deeply expressive and rich sound, and that's what Caleb has added with the in the musical arrangement that connects the first part of the song to the second half. So here it goes. Buckle up.
The stars light the sky. We stare and ask why. Mysteries unfold in space and in time. We'll dance on the stage as we belie languid age, with innocence untamed, unafraid and unashamed of imperfect lives. Our spirit now thrives.
So yeah, we take the next verse, we delve into it a little bit further, and obviously I'm talking about how it's okay to be who we are, to be who you are, to live our lives, however imperfect they are. I've spent my life being mostly very self-critical, and sometimes for good reason, but some of that sort of beat into us, perhaps literally or figuratively. And but the point is that we still have the beauty within us, and even in our imperfectness, and even something like we'll dance on the stage as we belie languid age. So there I am now with my wife, and yeah, she loves to dance. She knows how to dance. I, on the other hand, am a terrible dancer, but nonetheless, it's okay. We can still dance together. We can still express ourselves. We can still enjoy ourselves together, and of course, that's true of all of us, as long as we're unafraid and unashamed of our limitations, our imperfections, and so forth. Because at another level, it's all part of who we are and our experience and our beingness and our connectedness to the universe. So I hope that's what you're sensing, and I hope that it resonates deep within yourselves and your souls. And then we go into the final chorus and the outro.
Stand up, we sing the beauty's close, speak loud, and hear the truths we know. Live by the light and love of what wisdom unites our souls, with beauty and truth that the light extols.
Okay, and there you have it. So, yeah, obviously the messaging reinforces or is intended to reinforce the broader themes, and it concludes with this sense of the wisdom that we've acquired through our experience in life and again being part of the universe. Uh, yeah, and I'll leave it at that. I mean, you can interpret the words or apply them as you wish to your own lives. Um, but I'm really happy with that particular song, and the video is really cute. My videographer is Kira Patterson, so we actually recorded the video portions that you see there outdoors just outside of my office at King's University College. So again, we were trying to obviously give a bit of a visual image to capture some of the essence of the song. But yeah, so that's Beauty, Truth, and Light. It is the second song off of my debut album, 62 Since 62. And again, I'll leave the links below. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.